All right, welcome. So today we're going to have the final expense versus the whole life showdown. All right, it's going to be a good one. Now, when it comes to life insurance, there are a lot of terms that tend to be thrown around. And by far, two of the biggest are final expense and whole life. To most people, they sound the same, right? It covers my whole life and it covers my final expenses. So, what's the big difference? Well, I'm glad you asked, all right, because actually, while they're both cousins in the life insurance family, they're actually completely different personalities. One is a powerhouse, long term wealth builder, and the other is a lean, mean expense cover machine. All right, now choosing the wrong one can be a costly mistake. So, in this video, we're going to put them head to head in a showdown, all right, versus one versus the other. And by the end of this video, you should have more of an understanding on. Actually, you should know exactly which one is right for you. All right, so let's go. Okay, so first up, let's talk about whole life insurance. Now, you could think of this as the long term committed relationship of the insurance world. It's a permanent policy, which means as long as you pay your premiums, it lasts for the rest of your life. This policy is designed to do two big things. It's designed to pay a death benefit, and it's also designed to build cash value. Now, that cash value is part of the key. That the cash value part is the big part. All right. Now, a portion of every premium you pay gets put into a separate tax deferred account. That's important. Tax deferred. This money, it grows over time, guaranteed, and you can borrow against it and withdraw from it later in life. It's basically like it's a secret savings account that happens to also be a life insurance policy. So it doubles as a savings account and a life insurance policy. Now, because of this, the whole life is about more than just a death benefit. It's actually somewhat of a financial tool. It's building a legacy. It helps paying for college and helping for your later retirement. Now, also because it's a long-term wealth building machine, whole life comes with a higher price tag. Now, the premiums are more expensive and the application process is a lot more, let's say, involved. All right. Now, we're talking medical exams. We're digging into your health history, the whole 9 yards. Now, on the other hand, let's talk about final expense insurance. All right. Now, the final expense insurance is the specialist. Now, its purpose is right there in the name, to cover your final expenses. We're talking funeral costs, cremation, medical bills, and any other debt you don't want to leave behind for your loved ones. Now, the biggest advantage with final expense insurance here is the simplicity of it. This isn't about building cash value. This isn't about creating $1 million inheritance for anybody. It's about being a direct solution to a single urgent problem. And this is the reason why it has a simplified issued application. Now, with this, we have no medical exam, no needles, no blood tests. Basically, you answer a few health questions right there on the spot. And in most cases, you're approved immediately. Now, final expense is the strongest, most straightforward path to getting coverage because it's really so focused. Now, the coverage amounts are smaller, typically between 5,000 to 50,000. And most importantly, the premiums are significantly more affordable. And this makes it a perfect solution for those who happen to be on a fixed income. Yeah, so let's answer the big question. Which one is right for you? Whole life is for the planner. This is for someone who is younger and healthy. All right, someone with a family, a mortgage, some type of long-term vision. This person is looking for a policy that they can grow alongside their life and use it to become somewhat of a tool for their future. They're thinking not just about the death benefit, but about the legacy part of it. They want to create a tax advantage financial vehicle that they can benefit their family down the road with. And this person is actually willing to pay a higher premium for that power and for that flexibility. Now, on the other side, final expense is for the protector. This is for someone who's ready to be the hero to their family right now. You know, maybe this person is older, or you have a few health issues already, and traditional insurance is pretty much a no go or pretty difficult to get. Also, you want a fixed income, but you have a clear non-negotiable goal. You do not want to leave your children or your spouse with any bills. You want a straightforward, affordable solution that says, "Hey, family, loved ones, I got you," and it assures the final expense coverage does ensure that your last wishes are taken care of. And the beautiful thing is, there is a solution for everyone, but between the insurances is really about matching the right tool for the right job. You can't use a wrench to do a screwdriver's job. I mean, that's pretty much the understanding when it comes to these insurances. You can't really put a square box in a round hole. And that's the thing about with here at Golden Wings Life Insurance Services. We make sure you use the right tool for the right job. All right, we make sure we don't just sell policies. We're here to help you figure out what you actually need. We actually specialize in both we specialize in both final expense, final expense, and whole life. And this is because we know that every person's situation is unique. When we talk, it's my job to listen to your goals, your concerns, your budget, and help you find a policy that fits you perfectly. I try to keep no pressure. Well, actually, there's no pressure. There's no extra jargon. It's really just about trying to be the guardian angel for your family. So, I mean, if this presentation about these insurances, the different types, sounded good to you, and you're ready to get this sorted out the way, all right, so you can stop worrying about it, you can call us directly at our toll-free number, 888-886-7860. This is for a free, non-obligation chat. And in this chat, I'll help you figure out if you need the long-term powerhouse, the whole life policy, or you need the focus specialist, which is the final expense insurance. All right. But again, thank you for hanging out with me. And a little family planning early on goes a long way. All right. But until next time, I'm out.